Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first official chaotic pubcast after hours. Believe it or not, we're a pub that doesn't drink while we record that often. Not all the time, at least. But yeah, I'm here tonight with only Ryan. Mr. J is here, Jesse, and with Ryan. No Z tonight because we're gonna be honest with y'all. He doesn't even know we're doing this.
This is a
We're not.
surprise Z.
Yeah, hi Z. By the way, feature. We kind of Ryan and I. So okay, I guess let me preface this by saying, um, we kind of came up with this idea. We're like, Ryan, we don't have enough Patreon content. We need some Patreon content. And then we're like over here talking about these other things while we're just hanging out on a call, and we're just like, dude, is everything we talk about podcast content?
It feels like it
And
sometimes, man.
I felt like we were getting into something really good, and we're just like, dude, we could just save this for the podcast. And then we're just like, why don't we just record right now? It's so welcome to the first official chaotic pubcast sideshow that we're gonna dub the chaotic pubcast after hours. This will be a Patreon exclusive for a week or two, something like that. We haven't decided that yet. Like I said, this is very improv. Uh, so we're gonna probably just hang it out, keep it for the Patreons only for the first week, and then upload it to YouTube later. These will not be as long a full length episode like we normally do. Keep it maybe, I don't know. We haven't decided on like, but definitely less than 30 minutes. Will be what we'd be shooting for. So, anyways, Ryan, can you tell me what the heck we were just talking about? Because I completely forgot already. Before we
Yeah.
hit record.
Huge content creator and one of your old friends, Daryl Talks Games, is gonna be on our episode this week to talk some psychology. So obviously, as we're getting ready for that episode, we started talking about some psychology things. We started talking about the types of games we play and how long we play them, and then other things that went along with this. And we were like, "Holy shit! Like this is worth talking about." So I think where we left off before we started recording, we were talking about just I don't know. Personally, as I've gotten older, I remember playing games like start to finish nonstop when I was a kid. And I think I talked about this in season one a little bit, but as I've gotten older, dude, I just like can't stay with a game longer than a week.
Yeah.
It seems like sometimes there's rare occasions, but for the most part, I just can't stick to them. And I was saying, these days, like when I'm sitting at home, I'll see a movie I want to watch and I'll look and I'll be like, oh, hour and a half. I don't know. Man. I don't think I have the time for that. Oh, a 20-minute episode of a show. I could probably pull that off. And then I'll sit there and watch 10 episodes of that show. And it's just like, is it the generation we live in now? Or is it
I
because I'm
think you
getting
know what.
older? Or what is it?
I'm gonna just take a jab at it and say that it's an adulthood thing. I think we kind of just want to, we realize what little free time we have, and we're like, do I really want to use my free time on that, or do I want to use it doing something else? I think that's probably what it comes down to at the end, because you're like, I have 3 hours. I have 3 hours before I go to sleep, or go do something that I had planned. Do I want to use those 3 hours taking a nap, or watching this
Yeah.
movie that I've been wanting to watch, or watch
Dude,
this?
that's another thing though. I hate napping like with a passion. I
Really?
I occasionally do it, usually like during work and stuff. But like
When
like
you
I
have time
I
to kill.
don't I don't want to waste my free time. And that's why
Hmm.
that's why we're sitting here recording Chaotic Pubcast after hours, is because I
At
don't want to
midnight.
go to bed, because I just hate wasting like, and I think you're right. I think it's because we're getting older and we realize like how precious time is or something. I don't
Hmm.
know, some abstract. And you're like, I just want to savor it all, even though we just sit there and fucking float around in a hot air balloon and rust for like 2 hours.
But that's what we want to do, right? So like, that's
But
okay.
that's, yeah.
That's so yeah. I think that's what it comes out to. At the end of the day, it's just we realize like the time that we have, and we want to use it to what we want to do. And you kind of weigh out to see if it's worth it or not. uh I know we were dabbling into the whole thing where you said you used to like going to the movies, and you could just watch the movie, versus me. I only go to the movies if I absolutely want to watch this movie. So Marvel movies for sure. Like I'm gonna be there for a theater. Sonic now has been the only other recent one, but besides that, I haven't thought the last time that I went to a movie theater to watch a movie that wasn't Marvel related, or I can't say really say Sonic related because there's only been two movies, but I guess video game related. But even that's kind of a lie. You can take a second if you need to. Oh, very good.
No, no, that's
Uh,
actually pretty funny. My cat was trying to knock Ahsoka over. Sorry, I was
so
listening though.
no, but yeah. I mean, that's just kind of goes. I don't know if that goes into the same thing or not, but I also just really hardly watch movies in general, but probably I think for the same reason. I just unless it gets really recommended to me, or if I just really really want to watch this movie, like I won't really sit down and take the time to watch this movie. Same with TV shows.
Yeah, that's at least that's kind of been how I've been since COVID. Maybe just because there's not as much coming out, it feels like, or maybe that's just in my head. But
Hmm.
pre-COVID, dude, I even signed up for like the Movie Pass thing because I was going like monthly, right?
Hmm.
And
Oh
if I
wow.
did miss a month, like that shit rolled over. We're not sponsored by them, but like this shit was awesome. And then and now I just don't really do it that much. But I used to travel for work a lot. I used to be down in your neck of the woods like every week in Houston. And there's such a difference between when you're traveling and when you're at home. Like when I'm at home, I feel like I have to be like doing something, even if it's just sitting here in front of my computer and just fucking looking at websites or watching whatever show or playing a game. But whenever I was out traveling, it was like not as much to do, right? I'm just in a hotel room, and that's when I would get my naps in. That's when I would just sit and watch a movie. That's when I would just go to the movies by myself to a movie that I was like, I don't know if it's good or not, like, but it's just something to do. And that's like, I guess that's when time was less. It felt like I had less responsibilities in the world, right?
That
Because
makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I don't know, it's just weird. But part part of me is like, yeah, it is because I'm getting older, but I also feel like part of it is the time we live in now. Like we're growing up, yeah, we were kids, and yeah, time didn't mean as much to us because it seemed like it lasted forever because we were young. But also, like, we weren't online 24/7 either. We didn't have social media blowing up our fucking phones
Yeah.
24/7 with news and updates from our friends and everything else. We just had nothing to do but what we wanted to do. And now there's always something going on, and it's a constant FOMO, right? It's like,
Right.
and to bring this back to games, it's like the moment I start to get that inkling of boredom with a game, I'm like, well, I haven't tried this game over here. It might be funner. Just fucking keep playing leapfrog with these games.
That makes sense. And you know how I know we're getting old, right? It's because you used to hear people say time was simple. Like you hear older people say times were simpler back then. And I just that
And now,
literally you telling me that made me think, man, times were simpler back then. Oh fuck, I'm getting old. Because
dude,
yeah, like you
I
see, yeah, you're
know.
right. Yeah, you're right. Because back then, you don't. I mean, I didn't even have a cell phone. Growing up. So like when I was a kid, I didn't get a cell phone until I was in like middle school, almost high school.
Yeah, same.
So I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have social media to like scroll through refresh every 5 seconds to see what the heck was going on. It was
No,
just me and my N64.
yeah, and it's funny because it's the same shit that you would joke about like Boomer saying, but like we would just go outside and we were just expected to be back home before the sun was down.
Yeah, yeah. So we used to ride around the bikes. That was fun. I miss that riding around the bikes with your friends and just yeah, because we used to live in an apartment complex, and I remember my friends and I from that apartment complex. We just float around to different apartment complexes. Our parents didn't know; they never allow that. But we just did that and like met up with friends from other like apartment complexes. So yeah,
And
times were fun
somehow
back then. Hmm?
but also like even with that, like I was saying, dude, I was outside all the time riding bikes, playing, wiffle ball or football or something out in the yard, and still like played an enormous amount of video games
Yes,
somehow. Like,
yes.
where is all this time?
I don't know.
Like I feel like
Like,
I feel like I went to school the same amount I work now. I
and you still
slept
like,
probably more than I sleep
yeah,
now, and I
yeah.
feel like I have less time. I don't know.
Yeah, I used to remember like playing. Yeah, like you said, like I would go outside and play friends, but I'd still come home and still like play games.
Mhm.
Like, and I played a lot of games growing up. So, but you know what? I know we were. This is gonna bring it back to what you were saying that you hop around from games. But I think back then we just weren't as spoiled as much.
That's true,
When
dude.
I say spoiled, I mean
Steam
we spoil our
fucked
chills.
me.
Yeah, yeah. So back then, your parents would buy you a game, and that's all you had to play for like the next, until they bought you another game. So
This is
so you
eerily
would just
reminiscent of episode 9,
what was episode 9 again?
physical versus digital.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Tapping into that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, but it's true, right? Like you just kind of played that game because that's you didn't have no, you either, whether you loved it or hate it, you're gonna play this game because that's all you got. Or you're gonna go back to the old game that you liked and finish whatever you finished doing.
Yeah,
So I think that's the difference between now and then.
and when I and you're right, maybe because we're spoiled and we have so many options now, but yeah, when I got those games, I'd play the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Non-fucking stop.
Mm-hmm.
Every little nook and cranny. And
Mm-hmm.
and there's still those games today that I'll do that. You know, like I said previously, like Horizon Zero Dawn and Jedi Fallen Order. Those kind of games like made me want to go search every little nook and cranny.
Mm-hmm.
But most games, like, do I think I in this day and age I could go start a fresh run of like Oblivion and put in like 1,000 hours?
Oh
Fuck no.
hell no. Hell no. All
Do I think
right,
if
think
Elder
about
Scrolls
uh
6 came out tomorrow,
would you
that
do
I
that?
would play it the amount that I played Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim? Fuck no. I
Nah.
would love it. I would love it, and I would probably play it through to completion, that some over a course of years. But you know, I just played The Witcher 3, which is an amazing game, for the
I've
first
heard.
time like 2 years ago, and I still haven't beat it because that inner part of me still wants to complete every little thing, and I'm just like, that's
Yeah,
too
it's
much.
hard.
That's too much.
It's hard. That's how it was kind of for me with because I wanted to play, or I've been wanting to play Dragon's Dogma for the longest time. And I started
Yeah.
every time and I don't beat it. I don't even get far enough to anything.
I'm glad you said that. I'm the same exactly with that game.
But like I've heard it's a good game, so like I want to play it. I'll start it and then oh look, Elden Ring came out. Oh look, this came out. Let me just go play that instead.
And it
So
feels like
which
stuff
maybe
comes out faster, but I feel like it's the exact same rate it's always been.
it, I feel like it is, but I feel like maybe mm, no, it
Or maybe
definitely. I
we
would
just
say it
like
is.
maybe we just like more
You
genres,
look
or there's
forward to more games. Yeah,
yeah,
that could be
like
it. But I mean, I'm trying to think. So like right now, like you said that you couldn't divulge that many hours, and recently, in recent years, um, I've been trying to think of the games that I would actually just like play them like if I was a kid again, right? The last one was probably Elden Ring, but even then, it's like you said, like I only play it like I'll binge it because I loved it. It's a really good game. I'll binge it for a week, maybe two. That's all I will play. And if I don't beat it within that window, I will start by I will start losing attention and be like, all right, maybe I should take a break from this and play something else.
right.
And which leads me to a question for you. What is the last game that you remember playing from start to finish and just even wanting to do the extras for it? Unless you said it
Probably.
earlier already.
Yeah, no, probably Fallen Order was honestly probably the last one.
Mm.
Because I mean, dude, you know what I play these days? Like simulator games. There is no finish. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I play other stuff too, but that's the majority of it. And like Dying Light 2, didn't beat it.
me,
Elden Ring,
same.
didn't get close. Like, I don't know, dude. I'm just like, oh, this is hacking and slashing away, man. It's really fun. Oh, something else came out. Let me try that out. I don't
Dying
know.
Light 2 got the same Elden Ring treatment, but except I only binged that one for 1 week, and then Elden Ring came out.
And then Elden Ring came out. Yeah. You know the shitty thing. Pokemon Arceus.
Oh
I literally
yeah,
have like one thing left to do, and it's done. And I just won't go. I'll probably never go do it ever.
that one got a little bit of a mixture treatment because I love that game, and I mean we have a whole episode on it, right, where we all sat here and binged it,
Hmm.
but I kind of just beat the core story, and that to me that was, I guess, enough. In my mind, I was like, all right, I can safely play another game now that I've
What else
beaten the
is there to
core
do?
story. Once you beat like the core story, you have to get the rest of the Pokemon and do all the other side quests, and then you have to
Oh,
actually meet Arceus,
oh,
which is kind of cool because it ties into the Brilliant Diamond. You get a key to where you can go visit him in the game and capture him there. I think, if I remember
oh,
correctly.
that's cool.
I think maybe not, but I could be making that up. But this ain't a Pokemon episode, so I ain't worried
Yeah.
about facts.
Um, I don't know, man. I just and the other thing is when I was younger, I remember like playing Halo 3 or whatever, like when I first played online and stuff, like nonstop and being like, oh, I am the best, like I am the best, I am the best, and like trying to get good, man. Thinking about like esports were just becoming a thing. MLG was like the big
Yeah,
fucking thing, and being like, man, I want to do that one day and shit. Being like hyper competitive about stuff. And
yeah,
as I got older, I mean, and not even recently, like I'm talking like early 20s, being like, I'm really not that competitive of a person. Like I could really give a shit less. We could literally play Fortnite or whatever, like 100 games and finish number two every game, and I'd be like, haha, this is still fun. Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I don't care. Like, I
We
just
were
play
close.
games to just escape from like normal life, and maybe that's the key. Maybe that's really what it is.
We're on to something, huh? Maybe
Maybe it's just
We
maybe it's
should
just
ask
about
Daryl what he thinks
escaping your
about this.
mind. Yeah,
We'll
I
write
mean,
that.
he would probably agree.
Uh huh.
But I mean, that's what I think that's what I get the most joy about in video games is just joy.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Um, and that was gonna lead me, or
Send
that
help.
was gonna lead me. Huh? Send help. We're just bored. We're just bored adults and don't know what to do with our free time. No, I mean, like and I asked you that question earlier about what's the last game you binged. I mean, mine was probably. I mean, technically, it was Spider Man, the PS4 game,
Yeah,
but I played that like way after it came out of because the game that it'll always come to mind. It'll still be the most recent game that I binged hardcore was Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
I could not put that game down for like that was like 2 weeks, and that's the game that I actually like beat the game, went back and did extra shit for it. Not all the extra shit. I didn't do the tedious shit, like because you have to apparently have to take a picture of like every animal in the game and collect all the Koroks. Like, I didn't do that. I didn't do all that, but I did the
yeah,
shrines, like all the shrines and stuff. However, for Spider-Man PS4, I did platinum that game and the DLC. So that game I did. But
yeah,
that game was good. That game was good though.
yeah. No, and in games like that, like and like I said, Fallen Order Horizon, those were ones that like I went and even if I couldn't find something, I was like looking up guides on like where to go, where
Hmm.
stuff was. I was going back to levels I had already beaten to go find stuff, like to 100% it for no other reason. Like I don't give a shit about like an achievement or anything for no other reason than to just be like, I did it. I did everything this game
Yeah,
has to offer.
I think that's the
Uh,
one thing I like about playing games on my Xbox and PS4. The which is I'm gonna write this down for Daryl. Trophies and achievements. Why do they make you feel achieved? Like
yeah,
why is it that they?
dude, and dude, we can be playing something dumb. We can be playing Pummel Party and somebody can do something stupid and I get that little notification pop up from Steam on the bottom right that's like achievement. And I'm like, ooh, I
I
don't
don't
even
pay.
care what
So
it's
what?
for.
I don't know why I don't care
But
about
you're
Steam
right.
achievements.
There's something different. There is for
Is
sure.
it because they just
I don't
flash it on your screen? You know how PS4 like they just kind of like poop, and you get this little cool notification, and you're like, "Oh shit, I did something."
and there's a noise.
Yeah.
And I
Versus
think
on
it's the
Steam, it just kind of
noise.
pops up in the corner, and you're like, "I did something, whatever."
You're like, oh, one of my friends is playing a game. Get out of here.
Yeah. So like maybe that's what it is. Just
But
make
yeah,
it feel more
Xbox is like
special.
boop boop.
And then they have the tiers, right? And then they have the tiers to the achievements. They have like the rare achievements. You get the whole diamond, and then trophies.
Mm-hmm.
You get the tiers of the trophies. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. So yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Because we don't get those at work. You know what I mean? Like I
you just get
can't
yelled at
finish a
work.
project. Yeah, I can't finish a project at work and something pops up on my screen. It's like boop boop.
You did
Achievement
a
unlocked. You did
record
your
beaten
work
for
for
the
the
fist.
day. Like, yeah,
You'd probably be more willing to do your work if you got some sort of
exactly.
reward for it.
And that actually is a these fucking dogs out here barking.
Oh, you're
Uh,
good.
and that actually is a thing called gamification, right? That
Hmm.
workplaces try to implement and very rarely succeed at. Yeah, give me one second.
No, you're good. I'll fill in the talk with I don't know what I'm filling the talk with it. I think this is going raw uploaded. I don't think we're editing this, which is cool about you Patreon guys. You guys get to listen to all the raw stuff that happens in between normal episodes that we have to, or not we. I don't edit it, not yet. Maybe one day.
Yeah,
You guys,
I
you
told you
guys get
guys about
to.
those fucking dogs I had to bring in last week. They're out there causing a ruckus.
So yeah, you guys get to hear in all the stuff that happens in between. Um, so yeah. Anyways, back to your
And just
thought.
how poignant we are off the cuff without edits.
True, we've been getting better. But yeah,
Um,
you were saying.
yeah, so you know, we've seen that in recent year where 30 years ago it was like games were almost villainized, right? Gaming
Hmm.
culture
Oh,
itself.
yeah,
To now in the
I used to
last
get
10
bullied
years
for playing video games.
where they've tried to drive gamification into every part of our lives, right? Think of like every little app you download and it's like, oh, you got an achievement for setting up your profile or whatever.
Yeah,
Even fucking LinkedIn, it's like how completes your profile? You want to make it to 100% and then you'll give you this gold
yeah,
sticker. And it's like, and they try to do that in everything. And it's just so funny how that culture changes. And they're trying to give you that feeling of fulfillment like those game achievements do, like 100%ing a game or whatever
hmm,
else. Um, I went to a work seminar recently, and the whole fucking thing was about making the workplace fun and having fun goals that have rewards and stuff like that. And the whole thing was based. This one was based off like sports
okay,
gamification, right? But
hmm,
it was the same concept, and it's just funny to see the kind of like paradigm turn on its heels for how we've looked at gaming, and now
hmm,
it's one of those things that everyone is striving to match in every part of
yeah,
our culture versus trying to get rid of 30 years ago.
yeah, yeah. It's very definitely very strange how mainstream video game culture is has become has mostly become already. I think, which I would include esports into it because back then esports was just not a thing you heard about, and nowadays you got big names, big celebrities like investing into it because they know it's gonna grow into something. I mean, it's already something big, but it's gonna just continue to just grow and grow and grow to the point where I don't know, maybe that could be our only sports in the future.
Be like a Ready Player One type deal,
Yeah, I don't know. That would be kind of
and
scary though.
we'll live in Mark Zuckerberg's what's it called, the verse or metaverse,
The metaverse.
buying and selling real estate in the metaverse.
I
Speaking of which,
mean, at
crypto
this
crashed
point,
today. That's irrelevant. Never mind.
speaking of which, I do have news. I actually do though. Did you watch the Boy season 3 trailer?
I saw that came out, but I haven't watched it yet.
That was
I
but
heard people kind of like, I'm sad I watched that trailer. Is it really that bad?
let me see. I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how. If not, I mean, I didn't think about it when I watched it. I didn't think about anything when I watched it. It's like, oh, that's shit. That's gonna be badass. But I didn't think about if anything was like. I guess one of the things they showed would have been cool to reveal, but I don't know.
Gotcha.
But I think it was already revealed beforehand, anyways. So
What,
not like
Soldier
it
Boy
matters.
or whatever
Soldier
his
Boy's
name
in
is?
it. Oh
No.
no. Oh. Yeah, there is a new
What's the new
guy.
character?
I
Patriot
don't
Boy
remember
or
his
Soldier Boy or
name.
something? I
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
He's
I
got the
haven't.
shield. He's got the shield and stuff.
Yeah, it's
But
Jensen Ackles.
oh, okay.
Yeah, his name's
Oh,
Soldier Boy.
but they
It's
showed this.
Jensen Ackles from Supernatural.
Oh shit. Okay, well I didn't know that, but I didn't even know who that was. But I don't know. They showed. I mean, they showed Butch, right? Like in the other trailer, like the teaser, they showed like Butch having powers.
Yeah, I think so.
So they showed more of that, and how I guess maybe how they got him. Maybe they showed that too. So maybe that's if that just stirs you away from it, then don't watch it.
Well, it's probably a good time to wrap up.
We well, it is. We have to. So this was supposed to be the Daryl Talks Games Psychology pre-show episode,
Yeah.
and yeah,
It's gonna be a great episode. Make sure you check it
yeah.
out.
I
It'll
hope you
be
guys do.
yeah, it'll be airing this coming Monday if you're watching this when it comes out.
Are we gonna air this like? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys, yeah, well, our 3 Patreons, we love you guys.
Yep.
We want
Sa-
more.
Sam, Zach, and Luis. Appreciate you
Lazy boy
guys.
Luis. We love you guys. This one's for you, literally for the first 2 weeks, a week, whatever we decide on.
So I think I'm gonna post this on YouTube. And going forward, these after hours ones would be on
Oh,
our Patreon exclusively for a couple weeks before they
mm-hmm.
go on our YouTube. So patrons will have first access. But just to give you a teaser of what's to come on the Patreon, this is more of this. It might be all three of us. It might be uh, Jay and Z. It might be me and Z, me and Jay. It might just be Jurgen one night rattling off. See what happens. Shit gets crazy and chaotic pub after hours.
Yeah, this is very. It's 12:37 a.m. Central Time. So
We might do one with the whole pack server one night, just fucking
true.
drinking and rattling shit off. You never know what you'll find in the chaotic pubcast
Honestly,
Patreon, if
yeah,
anything.
I never know what to expect when I'm on here. I didn't expect to record an episode tonight.
Me neither. That's how we do things around here. Very
That's what I'm saying.
off the cuff. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for
Yes.
everything. And make sure you check out the episode that airs Monday, this Monday, around noon CST. And it'll be one of the best ones to date. So you don't want to miss it.